Hey there and welcome to OnCore for the week of February 20th. This is your weekly update on all things mobile games. Let's get right into the biggest news from this past week. If you've been off the Pokémon GO bandwagon, that has faded a little bit, certainly since its meteoric rise to cultural phenomenon status last summer, well now there's a reason to fire it back up and take a walk outside because Niantic Labs released a huge update this past week that added all 80 of the Gen 2 Pokemon that appear in the game's following Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. In addition to the new characters to collect, they've also added new tools for your trainer arsenal like berries and customized looks so that you don't look like everyone else while you're walking around the park. This update may not introduce the long requested multiplayer and trading features, but you now have 80 new Pokemon to catch, and the additional items sound like they'll shake up things just enough to make 2016's biggest hit feel a bit fresher. I personally did not catch Pokemon GO Fever that went viral last year, but I totally get why it became a huge success. It was a mainstream audience's first introduction to the potential of augmented reality games, or mixed reality as a lot of people are referring to it as. And while yes, the AR element of Pokemon GO doesn't even come close to the technology that Microsoft has shown off with their HoloLens headset, it was the fact that the game was accessible to basically anyone with a smartphone and the willingness to venture outside to play a Pokemon game. And now the mainstream has a reference point for what AR is, and I think we're going to see some really cool stuff this year because of it. And now moving on to what was definitely the most talked about, highly debated story in the gaming community this past week, and that was Pewdiepie getting dropped by Disney, who owns his talent network, Maker Studios, and YouTube canceling his show and removing him as a preferred partner. All of this happened because of videos with anti-Semitic material that were discovered by the Wall Street Journal and brought to the attention of Disney and YouTube. So that's the brief overview of the story. I'm not gonna get into the blow by blow. I'd recommend checking out the videos that Phil DeFranco and H3 have put out this past week. They basically cover everything that needs to be covered. But this does relate to mobile games because Pewdiepie has put out two very successful mobile games, Legend of the Brofist and Tuber Simulator, and there's no word yet on whether or not his mobile dev and publishing partner Outer Minds Inc. will continue to do business with the YouTube personality. Forbes speculated in a recent article that if developer Outer Minds Inc. decides not to partner with Kielberg in the production of future games, there are plenty of other game makers that would. They did reach out to Outer Minds Inc., but they didn't hear anything in return. So that's kind of the news update for Pewdiepie and mobile games. What do I think? I think he will definitely be making another mobile game. It was a huge part of his portfolio, his income. I mean, he's still gonna make a ton of money on YouTube. He has 53.2 million subscribers now. He's actually rising, and he's gonna continue to put out videos. He's still gonna get income from his whole legacy library of content. There's an opportunity for him to come out with a mobile game that maybe he's not tied to as much with his financial obligations he had prior. Maybe a mobile game that he can put his name on, but this is necessarily around his kind of personality, because it's pretty clear over the last 6 months that he's kind of trying to evolve from the Pewdiepie that we knew back in like 2013, the Pewdiepie that obviously a Disney or a YouTube preferred would want to align with. He's now the more, honest, raw, a little edgy, obviously pushing the edge of his comedy, but what I also think is more sincere. If you watch his apology video, which you absolutely should, I think he did a great job of being sincere and apologizing, but also laying out how the Wall Street Journal and the people who wrote that article had it against him. And whatever he puts out, it's gonna be huge. Like if anything, this bad publicity is probably good publicity for him. Is, like I said, his YouTube numbers are going up, and we're gonna see a lot more from Pewdiepie going forward. And that's all the news we have for you on this week's edition of OnCore. Are you gonna be playing Pokemon GO again to get those 80 Pokemon? What do you think about Pewdiepie? You think he should make a third mobile game, and are you gonna be excited for that? Let us know by tweeting at us. You can find us at CoreMobileNet, and we'll see you next time.